right. Welcome to the Inside Job Podcast, Healed Inside Out. Today we have with us the most beautiful Coach Mathis. we got to get you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you.
You are very welcome. No, thank you. Thank you. You guys, I got to share with you how this interaction even came about. When I started getting into the podcast, I had written a list of names of people that I thought would be a good fit for the podcast. And I even asked God to place people here that I didn't know that may have a testimony or a story to tell or something like that. And Ann was on my list. I didn't have no idea how I was going to get a hold of her. I knew know some people, mutual friends.
Yes.
And so if I was going to have to go through them, I was going to go through them to find you.
Yes.
But God would have it, y'all, that I was at a breakfast establishment, eating breakfast, minding my business. and Ann walks by, and I didn't even notice that she walked by. I just was still trying to butter my pancakes and try to get my stomach full when the Holy Spirit said, "Look up." And when I looked up and I saw her standing there, I was like, "No, that ain't her." And it was her. And so I jumped up immediately from the breakfast table, and I went over and I greeted you. And because I knew you were paying to leave, I didn't want to waste no time. So I apologize if I was a little aggressive, like, "Hey, I got this podcast and I really need you to be here." I was trying to beat the time, like, I'm not about to lose this moment, because I almost feel like it was just destined. Like that came, it was all driven. It was all, I think, orchestrated by God, that we just was in that same place. And I was right at the peak of, really starting to reach out to people and get it. So that's how she ended up here. She was going to come anyway. At least I pray she was, but I was going to try to get her.
Because it's been a little bit before I've seen you.
It's
been a little bit.
It's been years.
Years.
I almost want to say, man, years that I don't even know.
Right.
But it's been some years. And it's been years because we were both at an event.
Yes.
And you were doing your thing then. I was kind of sitting in the back because I was supporting at that time, still healing and going through some stuff myself. So I was more like a spectator, but you was doing your thing then. We talked a little bit. And so, I knew that there were some things that you have had to overcome. And that's how I knew, when I was writing the list, that this was you were a good person to have on the show to share. Because I think people need to hear not only the good parts of what's happening in people's lives, and I'll share a little bit about that as we talk about Coach, but also what happened up to us getting to that point. Because I do believe, God, we go through a lot of trials and tribulations, but God uses that for good, right?
Yes.
So Coach Mathis has her own all-star gym.
Yes.
She is a cheerleading coach for, are they called All-Star as well?
Yes. All-Stars. Yes.
All-Stars.
Yes.
We'll provide that information for you guys at the end of the show if you're interested in supporting her and just giving her some love and some kudos. Because it's warranted, right? You don't go through all the hell and trial and tribulations to not be seen. I just don't believe it, right? And so aside of that, I know that you deal a lot with, women who have been battling drug addictions and prostitution to having troubles with their children.
Yes.
Having your own issues with your family and things like that. So in one's eye, it may seem like you just got a whole lot going on, and I'm interested in knowing how you balance that, right? How do you balance all of the areas in which God uses you with your work life, your children, your family, and all that? So we'll get into that. That's what I would be interested in hearing.
Yeah.
But, and I also want to just let you guys know, this is get used to this beautiful face, because she will be back. Because I know we don't have enough time today to even begin to really get into it. So don't feel that you have to lay it all out right here, right now. Because you coming back, please.
Okay.
You come back?
I will come back.
Okay.
Yes, I will be back.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yes.
I appreciate that. And then just another caveat before I pass the mic and let Coach talk to us a little bit about what she's going through and everything that's going on. We went to the same high school. And she is not only a warrior,
Jesus. Yes.
because that's just the school we went to, and that was our mascot. But I also, and I had this written down, but I also like to look at you, as a warrior on the front line spiritually, simply because of the battles, right? A warrior emotionally.
Yes.
Because when you in battle, you're going to get some emotional turmoil with some of that stuff, And here you are, still standing, still successful, thriving, like doing you, and beautiful doing it. Like in the fire, don't even smell like smoke, right? Don't even look burnt up, no nothing.
Wow.
So, before I pass the mic, I'm gonna just say to you, I was looking back in the yearbook, and it said, "Lady Warriors, take it all." This was the class of '87, and it said, it was given the description, and you did like a 2-point, you did a basket, and that the ladies took it all. So, Warriors.
Mount Bello Warrior.
Yes. She was an extraordinary basketball player, and she was a couple of classes ahead of me.
Yeah.
But I seen you.
Yeah.
I seen you. I'm cheering and hollering too.
Girl, you better. Girl, you better. You're a warrior.
Right. For life. So with that, how you doing all this? Like, what's going on? Let's talk about it.
I love how you just ended it with the word warrior.
Come on.
I love that, because I said, God, how am I going to even start this? Because I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think that was a great way to just bring me in and use that word warrior. Because a lot of, I feel like, who I am.
Come on.
What I am. What I'm becoming. It came from the warriors. It came from that. And with that being said, I remember our jerseys, or our alma mater, or what our sigma was, integrity.
Come on.
Dignity.
Yes.
And respect.
Come on.
The Mount Bello Warriors.
Yeah.
And we ran with that.
Yes.
And when they put us in this little box over here in the northeast side.
Yes.
That's what we do. That's what we had to do. We had to soldier up.
Yeah. Oh, come on. That's good.
We had to soldier up. And that's what I think my life has always been, Tay, and I'm just going to keep it real. I took that integrity, that dignity, and that respect, and I ran with it.
Y'all still can't catch her.
And I ran with it. I believe that those teachers at that time when we were at Mount Bello, the love was so strong in there that a lot of us are truly making it. We are truly warriors. When you see Mount Bello Warrior adults now, they are somebody.
Yes.
They are big. They're doing it. I know professors, lawyers. Those of us, we just used to be from Mount Bello. Mount Bello.
Yeah.
And we didn't know.
Get me started.
We didn't even know what we were doing. We didn't even really know. But what we realized is that we created a community.
Yes, we did.
That fell into us.
Come on.
You know
That's
what I'm
good.
saying? That fell into us.
That's good.
And we ran with that. When I'm looking at you now, and you guys, I'm really like nervous because just seeing Natay in this situation, in this environment, but that's what warriors do.
Yes, come on.
That's what warriors do.
Yes.
We have each other's back. We may not be seen,
Yes.
but we hold each other here.
Come on.
We hold each other here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the Mont Bello warrior spirit. So my balance has been, how do you do it all? Because I think when you're doing it all, you never stop and think, how am I?
Yeah, because we talked, and I remember you saying that a woman approached you and said, "You know what? How long you been doing this?" And you said you was like, I don't know, about 6 years ago. Honey, it had been like 20 plus years.
Oh my
Because
God.
you're right. When you're in it, and when you
Yeah.
overcoming.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that was when we met. Well, not when we met, because I knew you before then, but the conference, the event that
Yes.
it was called the
Yes.
Overcomers.
Yes.
Anyway.
Overcomers.
Yeah.
Overcomers.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Minister
But,
Nick. Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, that's good. So before we dive into the balance of it, do you mind sharing some of what the challenges that you have had to overcome? And we all get nervous, honey, but in 2 seconds, 3, 1, it'll be over.
It's over.
Yeah, that
Nervousness is
nervousness
over.
gone.
It's
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Let's do this. Because she said I didn't have to lay it all out in one day.
Correct.
So let's do this. Because it helps me to stay in line. I just start from the beginning.
Let's start.
Let's start from the beginning.
Let's start.
And I think from my life, I think I may still be stuck in that warrior mode, in that Mont Bello warrior mode. And I think I'm stuck in that. But what happened was, what we didn't realize, that they were creating leaders in that building. They were creating leaders in those hallways, in those schools that went out and attended the higher HBCUs or just the Division Ones or the Pac-12s or the SECs, So I think I'm still there, Natay, and I'm going to be honest with you. So my journey just started. And I think if I remember my yearbook, someone said she would have 2 kids and either have a beautiful job. I can't remember quite what it said, but I do. I have the 2, and I'm running an all-star gym, an all-star program. And I call it for athletes, for young kids who really want to come and they really, really want to make it. I tell them, don't come to me. If you don't really, really want to make it, don't come here.
Yeah.
So that's what God has done.
Yeah.
So how this started, and I'll be honest with you, I fought that for a long time because I didn't know. When you're 18, you're 19, you're 20, you're 21, you're trying to figure out, what is this? Where am I going? Where am I supposed to work?
Right.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, how this started was, I didn't like my job. I didn't like my 9 to 5. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and I'll tell you, I used to wake up every day and I would say, Lord, if you would find me a place
Ooh.
that I can work for myself and do it with greatness and excellence, I promise you, I won't fail you. So that was my prayer for a year or 2 years or 3 years, because I was going to this job that I did not like. And I kept saying, and I would be in this building for 8 hours, and I kept saying, I don't think that this is what it's supposed to be like. Because, we're young. We don't know. We're only 22. As soon as I graduate from college, then, go get a job.
Yeah.
You graduate. Okay, you did that. Okay, you graduated from high school, you went to college, you did vision. Now you got married, you got kids, you get a job.
Yes.
So I did that. And then I got there, and I'm like, this is not for me. I'm in here 8 hours.
Yeah.
I know, God, there's something else I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
He left me there for 4 or 5 more years. Okay, and this is after me still praying. He left me there 4 or 5 more years. I woke up one day, and I just didn't go.
Oh, my.
I said, I got dressed, And I got on the phone with my sister, and we were just talking and talking and talking. And she said, well, girl, don't you have to go to work? I said, I'm going. I kept looking at the clock and my watch. And I literally sat there, Natay, until that clock struck 8.
Wow. And you were supposed to be there at 8.
Supposed to be there at 8. And I watched that clock just hit 8. And I said, wow, now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do?
And you know what? Let me just put it out there that in here we cry together, we ride together. I'm here with you. I can feel this. Look, I'm about to reach now. We got our Kleenex box right here, y'all. Y'all about to get some tears today. But they're good tears. They're tears of success.
Yes. And it's because, so what happened, how it just got started, so I didn't even know what I was supposed to be doing. I've been an athlete all my life. I've been a Mont Bello warrior all my life. And I'm proud to tell people where I come from.
Yes.
I'm proud to tell people what I did.
Yes.
And so then once you went through it, I wanted to carry that spirit of integrity.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like where I was doing that. And I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. You need to put me somewhere, God. And I woke up and I didn't go. And then I'm going to tell you what really happened. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because sometimes if you just tell the truth, it just feels better.
Yes.
It just feels better. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest with you. I just never went back. And 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, there was a check under my door.
Okay.
There was a check under my door for $4,000.
What?
So I said, really? Really? So I was at that time, now I'm single. So now who's going to help me pay this? I got these 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to move it along because the story is so detailed that it's crazy. That I just tear up thinking about how good God has been to me. And it's hard for me to really tell it because I can't even believe it happened like this.
Yeah.
So once that happened, okay, and I can tell that little part, I got that check, and that check sustained me. And I said, look at God.
Yes.
Because I had prayed for 4 years for this.
Yeah.
And then I said, but God, what do I do now? So He gave me this. So I was blessed with this, and I kept it moving. And then the job next door to me realized I wasn't working there. So they called me and they said, well, we're willing to pay you this.
Look.
Listen to this. They said, we're willing to pay you this. We heard that you didn't show back up, and we want you. We heard that you wanted more money, and they weren't going to give it to you. Let me tell you what happened. I said, I'll accept. Right? I go over there, and I'm working it. They gave me the money I asked for. They paid me what I wanted to get paid. And I stayed there for 3 months, and let me tell you what happened. I woke up, and the same thing happened. I said, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, I don't want this. So what happened was I realized it wasn't the money.
Yes, come on.
See what happened? I realized that even though they were paying you what you asked for.
Yes. Hear this.
I did that 3 months later, and I felt bad. I'm just going to tell the truth. I just didn't go back.
Yeah.
I just walked away. I'm back in the same situation. Here we go. My daughter comes home. She hands me this flyer. Okay? She hands me a flyer, and on that flyer, it said, looking for cheerleaders. And she wanted to be a cheerleader because I, at that time, was a basketball coach with my other daughter.
Okay.
So I was running a club basketball team. I was one of the assistant coaches, and we were running that, and I loved it because, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I liked to play basketball.
Right.
I knew what I was doing. I had all the kids over here. My other daughter wanted to be a cheerleader, and I'm looking at her like, I don't want you to be a cheerleader. I don't want you to do why can't you just play basketball? So she comes home, and she had this flyer, and she showed me, and she said, Mom. And I looked at it, and I said, okay. Let's go try it. Because, this is me after me begging her to just do basketball.
Yeah.
And I realized it's not for me.
Yeah.
Her life is not for me.
Come on.
Her life is for her, and I am here to just guide her through.
Yes.
My other daughter wanted to do basketball, then I said to myself, okay, well, just do both. You take one to basketball, and then you got to get them. You got to take this one to cheer.
Yeah.
Here we go. So she gives me that, and I go over there, and we get all signed up, and it was so fun. And we get there, and we turned in the paperwork, and one of the parents looked at me and said, "Oh, you can just all hold your papers because the coach isn't here yet." And I said, "Oh, okay." We sit down, and all the parents are sitting down, and everybody's looking at each other, and coach still isn't here. And we're all talking. Coach still isn't here. Now at this point, I hear all the parents getting upset. Now they're all getting, where's the coach? This is bull. You know, and everybody's just, and I just jumped up. And I said, come on, kids, let's do this. Now, you know me, girl, I might be out there teaching a warrior cheer. I didn't know what to do. You know, here I am, W. And, I'm like, so I said, come on, you guys, let's do this. So all the kids, they just kind of look like, who is this lady telling us this? You're not our coach. So I got them all out there. We did some little moves. We had a good time until the coach's arrival. And then I sat back down. And we let her have fun with it. So now here in my mind, I'm thinking, yes, the coach came. My daughter's going to be on this team. My daughter, I'll be over here coaching the basketball. Yay! I get a call a week later. And the call was from the company. And they said, hi, we're just inquiring. We know you just signed your daughter up with our program and blah, blah, blah. But we had a couple parents let us know that you jumped in and you were coaching. And I said, I did. I said, the coach wasn't there, so I just kept things moving. And they said, well, that's why we're calling you.
You didn't know that you was already operating in what he's called you to do.
And I said, but I don't coach cheer. They said, we don't care. These parents want you. I said, no, and I'm flattered. I thank you, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no, thank you. We hung up. So now I have to take her back, right? So now you guys know I got to take her back to the team. So now all the parents are going to be there. I'm like, oh, my God. Okay, so I take her back. Here's what's crazy. This is true story. You can't make it up.
Yeah, come on,
I take
tell
her
the
back.
truth.
The coach wasn't there.
Set up. You got set up.
You see this? You see this?
You got set up.
So now, she's not there again. So now, you guess what all the parents are doing?
Look.
What you gonna do?
Right.
Are you gonna get out? So now, I'm like, so I get out here. Come on, you guys, let's do this. And they had fun. You know what I mean? Until her arrival. She comes, I let her do, I sit down, boom, here we go again. Not the next week, not 5 days later, the very next morning, my phone would not stop ringing. And what the company said was, this is it. We are no longer requesting. We need you here. We had over 50 phone calls.
Wow.
That they want you. And that's where this began.
Come on.
And that was with no job. Okay? That was with no job. I had no job. Because remember, I quit.
Yes.
I had that first job.
Right.
And I didn't like it because you didn't want to give me enough money. So
Right.
I got an attitude. So now you leave. Right?
Right.
So then then the other place, they call you and actually give you what you want. And you still not satisfied with that. So now I'm still like, what am I going to do? And in my mind, I never would have thought 23 years later.
That was 23 years
I have
ago.
never had to work
Oh, come on.
another job.
Come on.
So
Yes.
I don't even know how to spell resume.
Come on. God, do you.
And that's how this started. And I had no idea. So
My God.
by this time, the gym filled. The word spread. There's a coach and blah, blah. I had probably over 100 and some kids that I was really coaching. And then I was going to this school. I was going to that school. I'm thinking, Lord, what happened?
Yeah.
And I'm still thinking, this isn't me.
Yeah.
This isn't for me.
Right.
It's not for, this still isn't for me. So
Right.
I was just merely walking this out because my daughter wanted to be a cheerleader. So because of her, in my mind, I'm doing it because she just wanted to be a cheerleader. And if they want me to coach, okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
'Cause you know, girl, I'm just used to
Yeah.
bouncing and shooting.
You're right.
So here we go. Now I've been doing this program for a year, and in my mind, I'm thinking, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Now I'm over here at a high school. Now I'm coaching 2 high schools.
Wow.
Okay, so then a high school teacher, and I'm going to end off really quick with this. That's a high school, I was coaching with a high school, and I was coaching over at Thornton. And I have to say that name, and I have to say her name. And I believe it was Michelle.
Okay.
I was an assistant at Thornton High School, and I was coaching the junior varsity. I was still doing the other program. I was still doing the other kids.
Wow.
And then I ended up over here. I'm over here at Thornton now. And so at this time, I don't have my own. I'm still working with the program. And now I'm over here at the high school, and they wanted me just to be the assistant. And I said, cool. I don't want to be the head. Okay, cool. That's fun. You know, because I'm still doing the basketball team.
Right,
I'm like, how am I going to do all this?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm doing the JV. Okay. So guess what happened? The head coach don't want to show up. I said, now you don't want to show up. You see?
Yeah.
Now you don't want it, really? So you got me over here to be here, and now you don't want to show up. So she didn't show up. So now guess who's the head coach? Here we go.
Coach Mathis.
Now here I go.
Yeah.
Now I'm the head coach. Now I'm a varsity cheerleading coach at the school, right?
Wow.
She comes back 6 weeks later, the same head coach that left. She walks in, okay? I already talked to the AD or whatever. She came to me and she said, oh my God, you're doing great. I can't believe you're still here. Thank you for doing this. And I said, girl, where you been? What do you mean? What you mean? You know, so I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, you look so good. I'm like, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
This is your team. So she said, I have an offer for you. I said, I'm listening. She says, why don't we open up a all-star gym together? Now, I haven't seen her in 6 weeks. So then in my mind, I said, okay, but I haven't seen you in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen you coach.
Yeah.
Because you ain't been here.
Right.
So I don't even know what you got, what you mean. We go.
Right.
She said, let's just start it together. It's going to be fine. It's just going to work. So at that time, my husband was saying to me, let's just go see what she's talking about. I said, I don't want to go do this.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's talking about. I haven't seen her in 6 weeks. He said, let's just go over and see what she's talking about. We head over. She sent me the address. We get to this building. She said, this could be our gym. You see? Okay, over there we could do this, and over there we could do that, and over there. And so now, let me tell you look that way. So I'm looking at her like, so as she doing all this, I'm looking at her like, girl, I'm not about to do this with me. What do you mean? So I'm just going with it.
Yeah.
So I avoided her phone call for a week. Go back over to Thornton. I'm still coaching. Boom, she comes back over there. Well, you never showed up. I mean, you never called me back. You didn't tell me if you like. And then she grabbed my hand and she said, I promise you it's going to work. I promise you. She's grabbing my hand. You guys, it's like, she offered me another place. And she says, come on, we can do this. And keeping in mind, she hasn't coached one day. So I'm thinking, what? You don't have any kids. What do you mean? How are we gonna, we don't have any kids. We don't have any uniforms. We don't have, what do you mean? I had kids that I could bring into the program, right?
Right.
She takes me over here to this building. And then at that time, Jose and I, we looked at each other and I looked at him. We're in this new building because it wasn't the same one. She took me to a new place. So I said,
yeah.
I said, no, I'm not. And I had just went like this. She's over there and she's pulling all the chairs out. She goes, we're going to have orange, green, and black. And we're going to do this and this and this. And I'm sitting here hitting. I said, tell her.
Yeah.
You better tell her I'm not doing this. Let me tell you what happened. She leaves. And we're just sitting here. Me and Jose are just sitting there. And 10 minutes go by. She said, I'm going to, when she left, what her word was, I'm going to go and get my checkbook so we can put our money down. And I looked at him, I said,
Yeah.
Don't hug me. I'm not. He said,
Yeah.
I just want to see what's going to happen. So she leaves to go get her checkbook. And she's ready to make her deposit. I'm like, I don't have my money.
Yeah.
I don't have no money.
Yeah.
She going to get her checkbook.
Yeah.
I said, I don't have no money.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
So now me and him are going back and forth
Yeah.
while she gone, right? 10 minutes go by, and me and him are arguing, and I said, 20 minutes go by. 1 hour goes by. She don't show up. So we're just sitting here like, where is she? What's going on?
Wow.
Yeah.
He's good.
An hour and a half later, we were still sitting there. And the owner of the building walked in. And he said, Andrea? And I said, yes. He said, you're paid for
What? What?
6 months.
Oh my God.
He said, your lease is done.
Oh my God.
This is your building.
Oh my God.
Thank you. I haven't seen her since.
What?
I haven't seen her since.
Wow. Wow.
I go to her father's warehouse, or he owned his own business, and it was 2 miles west of the building. Excuse me. I drove over there. And there was a sign on his door that said relocated. It was almost as if they were never
there. Ooh.
And I am in the same building.
Come on. Wow. Yes. Oh my God.
And I've
That's
never seen her again.
what?
So that's how this got started. So you keep in mind, 4 or 5 years ago before that, I was asking God to put me in a situation.
Yes.
I had no
He
job.
did that.
He walked in and said, here's your lease. You're paid for. Here are your keys. My God. And I haven't
Wow.
seen her since.
Oh my goodness.
That
That's
was-
powerful. Oh my God.
2001
Mm.
maybe.
No.
And I
Wow.
haven't seen her since.
Wow.
And I'm in that same building.
My God.
So what I learned was when you pray for something,
Come on. You better say it. Yeah.
be ready to walk that prayer out. Be ready to walk it out
By any means necessary.
by any means. And I've never seen her again. I've never seen her again. I've never seen her coach. I've never seen it. But so for me, how do you balance when you are going through the good, the bad, the ugly, the fun? You stay in the wheel. You just
Come
stay-
on. That
you
part.
stay-
Pin that.
You stay in the wheel, and I didn't even know what that meant, Natay. When I hear people always say, "Stay in the wheel,"
Yeah.
I didn't know what that meant probably until 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, when that lady. Yeah, so you don't get it. You don't get when you're in church and you hear your pastor saying,
Yeah.
"Stay in alignment, follow the will of God."
Yeah.
Not your will, but the
Yes.
will of God.
Yes. Because this whole time you was fighting it. You was like, yeah, I don't
I
want
would-
to do it.
do you see
but you
how
sat there a whole hour and a half. You sat there a whole hour and a half
I sat there because now
in the wheel.
The door was open. There's nobody here to lock it. We're just sitting here, and I'm looking. And me and him are arguing. I'm like, you better tell her.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this with her.
Yeah.
I don't even. She didn't even want to do it with me.
Yeah.
See, it wasn't. So sometimes you don't know where God is getting ready to take you.
You don't know.
So what I have done through this whole, and then why did you start coaching for cheer? So now I realize all these things, like everything starts coming back. So for me to tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, for you to have me here is the greatest feeling, because my story, God just has to get the glory. Because I told him, I said, anytime you have me in one place, I'm gonna really come hard and tell him, for real, God, I stayed on my knees for 4 years, and I said, I can't work a 9 to 5, not one more day. I can't do it. And I woke up and I didn't go. And I said, oh, you can put me wherever you. And I had 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I had bills.
Yeah.
And I had a car, and I had just got the new car, and I just quit, and I'm thinking I'm tight.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not doing this. Because I didn't feel good. It didn't feel good. And if I don't feel good, then why are we doing this?
Yeah.
And then you put me in a cheerleading situation with these little girls, and I've never been a cheerleader. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Now, you got me over here at this high school, and I still didn't want to be doing it.
Yeah.
And now, 23 years, I say, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
So,
Wow.
I look up. So when Natay found me in the breakfast place, and she told me, she said, God just told me to look up. Mm-hmm. So that's how I look up. Mm. Because I can smile now, because in my mind, it's so cool. Yeah. It's really cool how it has happened. Yes. And I have had tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. But I remember when I made that promise to God, if you put me in that situation, I'll do it with greatness and excellence. Yes. So no matter if you're fighting with your husband, no matter if you're fighting with your man, no matter if they repoed your car, no matter if I've made him a promise. Yes. And so here I stand. I don't advertise. I don't market. Because I think it's just a place of God. And those kids who have found me.
Wow.
Because it's not for marketing.
Yes.
It's for God's people to come.
Oh, my God.
See, it's not for that.
Yeah.
And people ask me, one lady came, one of my clients who I work out and just love her. She stood outside the gym. Mm-hmm. And she stood there. And she looked at it, and she looked at me, and then she looked at it, and then and then she said, this is the greatest secret in Denver, Colorado. She said, my God. And I tell you, those who have experienced the Shocktown Training Center or my coaching, is because somebody told them. Not because I handed you a card, not because you saw me on a billboard, not because you saw me on my website, because I don't have one, but because God set this up. Yes. So that's how I've done it. Like this, it's incredible to me. It's not one day that goes by that I don't walk in that gym and I don't give praise. Yeah. And not one day I don't think about that face, Michelle, who I have never seen, and been able to just say thank you to her. She wrote that check out. And so when you come into that building, you somebody to me. Because God brought you here. Yes. So I've just walked it out. And now, fast forward.
My goodness.
I'm still here. And I'm like, why am I still doing this? Because it's not really for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's for the purpose of God. Yes. And so now that's who I have to do it for him, because I didn't fill out no application. Yeah. As you guys know. So that's why I had to tell you the story. Yeah. The coach didn't show up, and then you're the only one there. Yeah. And then this coach don't show up. You're the only. I never filled out an application. I never went to school to be a coach. It really was divine order. It was, and I'm in the same. And I had a client that came in there last night, and she looked at me. She had no idea I'm going to do the podcast, but she said, do you realize that you have been doing this in the same place, in the same building, for this amount of years, and you haven't? Oh, I closed down. Now I'm over here. Oh, I had to relocate. Now I'm over here. Yeah. Oh, this didn't work out. Yeah. Because, see, it's not my building. Yes. Ooh, you see what I'm saying? Absolutely. It's not my building.
Absolutely.
And what God placed, you can't wipe that away.
Come on.
So I just, even through the pain that I'm going through right now, the tragedy that and you know what I'm going to say that I think I'm going through?
Yeah.
Because that's what I tell my clients. When you guys come work out, when people come work, I said, you think you're tired, but you're tired at work. Have you ever been at work and just, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm just tired. I don't even want to. So when you work out, you're not tired. You're not tired. You're getting ready to get through this because this is what you were built for.
Yeah.
This is what you're built for. So once you realize what you are built for, and once you realize that this is easy. Working out is easy.
Come on.
Because this is what you're built for. This is how I built. So this is how, Nate, it truly got started. And here I am, honored to be sitting next to you to tell this story. So that's how we got.
I'm honored to be sitting next to you because I understand and I recognize God. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's, I almost am speechless, which is hard to leave me because I enjoy communicating. But I am in awe of just the start of it.
That's how I took that leap. I woke up and I said, I'm not going. And I don't know what I was thinking. But you see how he took over.
Yes.
He just took over.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and I stayed on that phone with my sister. This is a true story. Yeah. Girl, I'm supposed to be at work. Girl, but I'm going to keep on. And I'm just like, I didn't have a care in the world. Mm. And then what I think, this is how I knew this was weird. When you got paid what you wanted to pay and you're in the same building and now they're paying you more now.
And you still don't want it.
I still had that same feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I always tell people there's always a blessing waiting for you.
That part.
So we forget oftentimes what we pray for. Yes. So what God is doing for you. Mm-hmm. Because the blessing is waiting for you. This is what I had to realize for me. See, the gym was already waiting.
Yes, come on.
Mm-hmm. See, the building was waiting. Mm-hmm. But the building was going to be there. But he had to prepare me for the blessing.
I'm going to throw something. Let me just...
I had to prepare her. So that's why that flyer came, Andrea. That's why it came. And now you got this, and now you're going to go in here, you're going to do this with this daughter, you're going to be coaching basketball with this daughter, you're going to figure it out. And then from that time, the blessing was waiting.
Yes.
And I was fighting it, and I was doing this, and I was cool with it. I'm like, I don't want to do this. How come I just can't just keep doing this? Yeah. Because you have to keep leveling up. You can't keep on.
Come on.
Can't keep on staying right here.
Ooh,
you can't keep on just sitting right here doing the same 5 sit-ups. You can't. You have to do 6. Then you got to do 7. Yes. So the blessing was already ready. So that's what I tell my kids. See, your career is already waiting for you. The reason why you're here in this building, he brought you here so you can get prepared for the blessing. So that's what he was preparing me for. And I didn't know why. Because I already have a building waiting for you. The building's going to be paid for you for 6 months because I didn't have any money. Don't worry about that.
Yes.
Don't worry about that because I already got it for you.
He's a provider.
Now you just get over here and work these little kids. So when I give you your own, you know what to do.
Yes.
So the blessing, I hear women say, I just want a baby. Because it's a blessing.
Yeah.
But are you prepared for that?
Yes,
blessing?
come on. Ooh,
are you prepared for what you just prayed for? Are you prepared for what you just... I want to be the next LeBron. I want to be the next Oprah. I want to be the next Beyonce. Are you prepared for that?
Oh, come on.
Are you prepared for that new Escalade that you just bought? And that $888 car payment with the $400 insurance? And then when the headlight goes out, that's going to run you about $3, $4, $5. Are you prepared for this blessing that I have for you that you didn't pay? You was praying for that. You pray that you don't want to work at 9 to 5. You want your own. Oh, you want your own. You want to be. Oh, you want. But are you? So he not only blessed me with that prayer. He prepared me.
Come on.
But I was willing to go through it because I didn't know. So when it feels uncomfortable and it feels weird and it feels scary, keep going. Keep going. So as I'm sitting here and you're in this beautiful building, this is beautiful, you guys. It's beautiful in here. You had to get prepared along the way of your
Come on.
life. So
Look, I'm
okay.
trying to keep myself together because you preaching my story. You telling my story. This the same route. Different things, same route. You watch and see. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share my story one day. It is no different. It's no different.
See that?
So that's how come I'm like, I'm sitting here. Look, y'all can't see
I
this,
see it.
but
I see it.
I'm goosebumped up.
She is.
I am.
Oh.
And I'm not cold. It's hot in here. Let me tell you something. I'm hot. This is the awe of God. Look, I'm telling you. This is because I know. Whew. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's good. Because, I'm going to turn this place into a throne room. Because I know his works. I know what he does. I know he's a provider. I know he gives the provision. I know he gives you something.
Jesus.
And he shows it to you ahead of time, but you can't get it right now because something given too soon, you could tear that thing up. I got this years ago, 2008. It's 2023.
Look at that.
Preparation. And I went through a lot of preparation to be here.
Yes.
Sitting here.
Yes.
Including,
yes.
the producer, even all the way down to how I got into his presence. So when I tell you I understand.
So you feeling it.
I'm about to run around this table. I'm pretty sure this whole building is feeling a wind of who just. And if you're not spiritual or don't know God, don't want to know him, or whatever your story is, it'll make an unbeliever believe. Your story will make an unbeliever believe. You can't. How else? Who else did that? Your neighbor just gonna pop you a $4,000 check? Your neighbor just gonna pay your rent for 6 months, give you a bill, and you ain't have to fill out nothing? You ain't did no credit check, no nothing, because guess who was in charge? Like, he already did the credit check by all your preparation.
Yes, ma'am. And it's crazy, you guys, and I say I'm not gonna cry, but just telling it, and then when you go back and you look at your life, I still can't put.
Yeah.
How did I not see you for 6 weeks? You come back and then you just say, "Hey, let's just open a gym together." And I'm looking at her like,
yeah, she was part of the plan.
I don't even know where you. She was a part of. And that's what God sends people that they don't even look like you thought they were going to look. They don't even walk how you walk.
Yes.
They don't even.
You don't even know.
But I just followed it. But I remember Jose saying, "No, we're going over here. We're going to see what this is about." And I kept saying, and this is, and I can see it. I remember what I had on. I remember sitting in those orange chairs that she bought. I'm like, orange, green, and black.
Yeah.
Girl, you know I'm black and silver.
Right, come on.
You know I'm my
best. Yeah.
And that's what she bought them orange chairs. And they did me good for probably 5 years until they got broke or whatever happened to them. But I kept them. I kept them just in remembrance of her, because that's all I had left of her. And for me, you guys, be ready for the prayer that you're praying. Be ready for it. Be ready for that prayer, and you follow suit, because we all, God can't honestly really come down and look at you, because even if he came down and looked at you and said that to you, you're not gonna believe him. Yeah. Because you're not even really gonna believe it is God.
Yeah.
You're not gonna believe it until you've actually gone through it, and then you come out of it. You're not gonna actually believe. You're not gonna even actually believe that this is actually happening to me. You don't, but really believe it, and to have maintained. That story just gets better. That story just gets bigger. And through that, and I don't even want to, probably won't go into that part today, but my daughter, and I have two. So we were doing basketball, right? So, the one did the cheer. Then we have the one that does the basketball. She then she comes to the cheerleading practice, right? And she says, I'm not ever doing this. This is stupid. This is for girls. No. So I said, good. Now she'll stay in basketball. So we did that. I'm coaching now. Now we're going good. We're in the building. We got the team popping. So one of my girls was missing. She comes up. Now I went to her and I said, Megan, come on. I need you to get in here. I need you to get in here and take her spot. Because, you have to stunt and build and all that foolishness. So we did that. And I said, Megan, I really need you in here. We got to get this up. But my girl's not here. Megan jumps in. And then the next day, she's back. So then I said, okay, Megan, you go do your basketball. So we're in the rec center at this time. And we were in this part. So she was out at basketball practice and we're over here. So she leaves practice. She comes in and she says, Mom, can I do it? I said, no, you go do your basketball. We're good. She's back, so you go finish. She goes out there. She comes back in about 30 minutes and she says, Mom, and she's 7 at this time, 7 or 8. And she says, but I want to. And I just went. Now,
there goes basketball.
Yeah. Now there goes basketball. So now I got my 2 daughters in there, and I run with that. Let's go. That's what you guys want to do. Here we go. Let's go. And all the kids that were joining in with them, we just turned up from there. So all the kids that wanted to be a part of the program, we just went from there. So now, I'm going to fast forward. I'll be honest, and I'll just say they were amazing those years. I mean, from 2001 or 2000 till now, some of the most amazing athletes that I believe that I've ever coached, that I've ever trained, that I've ever had the opportunity to be around. And through that, my pain hit me in 2011 when my oldest daughter was diagnosed with MS. She was diagnosed with MS. She graduated in 2005. She had a full ride in cheer. She did her college. She was able to finish her co-ed team. She was able to finish that. She transfers over to Langston University her freshman year. She makes the captain her freshman year, just so everybody's mad at her. They all hate her. So now she's over here just balling out. She's at Langston. She's on her full scholarship. She's the captain. She's, as a freshman. Her sophomore year, we bring her back. Boom. She comes home for Thanksgiving, and that was it. She drops. She dropped. And that's when we found out. And she hasn't been able to cheer since.
Oh, my God.
And so I look at that and I say, wow. And I don't even want to go deep with that, but I'll say because of the sacrifice that my daughter had to make with her health, her body, and her situation, I am still able to keep going. I am still able to keep moving. And because of her now, I'm going to make sure that now I even go harder.
Come on.
I'll make sure of that. Because had it not been for her wanting to do cheer, had it not been for her coming home with that flyer, had it not been for her wanting to be this, I would have never even been here. This was her dream. It was her dream to be a cheerleader. It was her dream to be the best cheerleader in the world. And through that, I then carried guilt because it wasn't supposed to be for me. So I carried guilt because I'm thinking, I'm here, but she wanted to do this, and now she can't, but you're still here.
Yeah.
So It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword.
I can see that.
And I have to always think of God gave his only.
Come on, you better talk about it. You better talk about it.
You hear me?
Absolutely.
He gave his only
Begotten.
son. And that's why I'm going to keep going.
Come
And we can talk about my daughters and then maybe in the next one, but I am truly here through the will and the blessings of God. And that's how I didn't go to school for this. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't fill out one application for this. Who wanted to be a girls coach? Who thought that would ever happen? And now, you know, and in my mind, I'm ready to coach football. Now I can coach this. I'm ready to, you know, but the sacrifice.
Come on.
Okay. So here's what happened. Now God blessed you.
Yes.
Okay. Now you got this gym. Now you got this. Now you're still walking it out. And then bam.
Yeah.
Your daughter has this situation. And it was for a long time a hard time for me to say.
I bet.
MS. One of the strongest, most muscle-bound, one of the greatest bodies I've ever seen was in my daughter. And I'm thinking, how did a body this strong go here? What happened? You know? So I look at it as, in everything that you go through, there's a sacrifice.
Pin that.
And everything that you are blessed with,
come on,
everything that is
Coach.
Given to you, everything that you thought that you wanted, there's a sacrifice that comes with that. But I'm going to walk that out. I'm going to walk that sacrifice out. If God could have given his only begotten,
come on,
why can't you just keep walking it out?
Come on.
So my daughter is still, she can't cheer with me now, but just to see her just even sitting there looking at me, smiling at me, okay? And then you got my other daughter who's coaching on the other side of me.
Yes.
Why can't I do this?
Yes.
But remember, with every blessing, okay, everything that you are given, anything that you even earn, what I realize is going to come with a sacrifice. Now is when it gets good. Are you going to be able to still keep this? So what are you going to sacrifice?
Yes.
Okay, what are you getting ready to sacrifice to keep this house? What are you going to sacrifice to keep your sons off the street? What are you going to sacrifice to keep them in something positive? What are you getting ready to really sacrifice? Because that's what, you got to give up something to have. You got to give up something, and I'm going to say this, to have something.
Yes. Yes.
So
and that's across the board.
That's across the board.
Everything.
That's across the board. And so that's when I accepted it, and I said, okay, I get this now. See, I guess my plan was, when I realized I was being attacked, and you don't realize you're being attacked. You know what we do? We walk around, I just have bad luck. Yeah. I don't know why.
Confessing.
No, excuse me. No, I'm being attacked.
Yeah.
God's people are going to be attacked. So when I finally realized that in the summer of 2022, just last year, I'm being attacked. I said, oh, then you need a plan of protection. You need a plan of protection. Let nothing that comes before you, coach, stop you from coaching, training, loving your daughters, staying in the will. So now that you realize that you're being attacked, lace up.
Let's go.
Lace up. Because we are going to be in a war. So don't cry.
Come on.
So now that you know that the people outside are waiting to fight you, what you going to do? Because you know that you have to leave this building.
Yes.
Okay? It's only one way out.
Yeah.
And you know they're waiting for you. What you going to do?
Come on. Strapped up.
Look, take them earrings off. Put that hair. Get that one ponytail.
Look.
here and let's go.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
lace up. So
Yeah.
the balance of the blessing, the balance of the blessing.
I'm writing that down. Because, I mean, I know it's going to be, here, but I'm writing that down because
Yes.
that's that part.
It's the balance of the blessing. Okay? So that's how I've done it. I realized when you are being attacked, I learned how let me just protect myself. Here I go. Chin up, face up.
Come
let's
on.
go.
Put on the whole armor.
And because what's the alternative? What's the alternative?
That part. What you going to do?
What you going to do? So God has blessed me with this building. I'm in this building. I run an all-star cheer gym with the most amazing athletes because they don't have a choice. If I'm going to coach you, you're going to be amazing. So that's fun. I coach amazing women who have lost. I have women who have lost 5 pounds, 25 pounds, 95 pounds. Women that come through there that have changed their lives. When they come in there, they lose their weight, they get their body, and they move on. I love you, Coach. Thank you. Now I can go here and be who I knew I could be. Because that's what I want to do, is realize. Because now you have to realize when you are being attacked, now you'll realize who you are. And once you realize who you are and you decide who you are, you walk that out.
You know what I'm going to say.
You decide. So when people come work out with me, I just ask them all the time, are you interested in looking good or do you want to look good? Because some of us are just interested.
Yeah.
Some of us are just interested in being healthy. Some of us are just interested in what is it like
Ooh, that's so good.
No. So when you come in here, I just tell you, because I didn't come looking for you.
Yeah.
So you found me. So there's a reason why you're here.
Yes.
So I just need to know up front, are you interested? Or do you want to do this? So that's why I tell don't bring your kids. Don't come work out with me because it's a journey. Your life is a journey, and it's your life. My house. I tell people when they work out and they ask, oh, where do you live? I said I live right here. See, I live in here.
Yes.
I live in here.
Yes.
So even when we see homeless people, they don't have a home. They live in here. That's where they live. So they live where their body go. If I make it, let me get up underneath this bridge. That's my house. Yes. See, I'm still in this same. Now I can make it over here to underneath this bush. Yeah. I live over here. So if you keep this right,
come on,
you gonna live good.
Come on,
you gonna live good, and it starts right here, and it just goes through. So people, we get involved in stuff. So the sacrifice. It's painful. The sacrifice hurts.
Yes, it does.
The sacrifice takes you down dark roads.
Yes, come on.
The sacrifice makes you want to quit. My gym got down to 3 people total. In COVID, that gym stayed open. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how. I had 5 people left, and I made it through. And I'm still. I don't know how. I don't even know how I'm still here. But it's because you have to keep this straight. Yes. So I tell people, I want to go get the freshest gear. I want the freshest outfits. I tell them the freshest outfit is your body. Yes. The freshest outfit is your mind. The freshest outfit is the intelligence that you are carrying. That's your because you can still put a whole Nike outfit on. If your body ain't right, your mind ain't right, you still don't look good.
Yeah, come on.
Because you're just covering up mess. So for me, I had to now that I'm here standing, now I can talk. I wouldn't have talked like this.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because you haven't been through it.
Yes.
You haven't been through it. So that's why I tell young people, sit with the old person.
Come on.
And gravitate to every word that is coming out of their mouth. Because let me tell you about something about an old person. They're not jealous of you in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Say that. They've already had it, been there, and done that. So you just got to listen. So for me, at the gym, what do? I coach the kids in all-star cheer. I coach football players. I coach basketball players. I coach volleyball players. I run a team, and my team, my program, any team that dares to go against us, I dare to knock you down. I dare to beat you. Because I'm not doing it. I tell them, I don't do this for fun anymore. I really do it to win. Because winning is now fun.
Yeah.
So for me, I have never. That's my thing, because in my health, I can't look at my daughter's health as fun. No, this is this is business. No, you got to get up. You got to get these legs working. Nope, you got to get these arms popping. Nope, you got to get these stretches. You got to get up. That's business. That's her body. That's not fun time. No, we got to get up and take this step. Get up and start smiling. Get up. It's business. Your body is your business. Your mind is your business. That's your business. People getting up, we're worried about other people, what they're doing, how they live. I just look at people like, how do you even have time?
Right.
Like, I don't have time to worry about, like,
somebody.
Yeah.
Come on.
So for me, my body is my business. This is where I live. If I keep my house clean, this is where
goodness.
This is it. You got to keep your house clean. And then anything you put on after that's going to look good, because your house is already clean.
Come on.
You ever walked into a show home with nothing in it and you still liked it?
Yeah.
Why? It's just clean. Just a clean look. It's just clean. You keep this clean and you keep this clean, because people are going to come and when that sacrifice comes, like I had to sacrifice the fact of my daughter's health. My youngest daughter at 18 was sent to Iraq. She did 4 years in Afghanistan, and they sent this 22-year-old back mentally hurt, mentally distraught. They programmed her in, but then they didn't program her out, Nate.
Wow.
So now I'm looking at my daughter. I have one that's physically down, and now my other daughter just walked straight out of a war, and there's no programs to help your kids. And they come out at 22, 23, and they look at her. She walks into the Aurora Mall, and they stopped her because, here at the mall, and I'm sorry, I was supposed to say that, but she walks in, and she can't come in because she's not old enough, because I guess they have a time limit or whatever. And she kindly looked at them and said, so I can do 4 years in a war?
Come on.
But I can't walk in here and get me a pair of shoes because it's after a certain time. And I have on my military because I don't reach your age requirement. So I have to that's that mental part where you have to keep that clean, because they're going to bring us down. And so now here I am running to the store to tell these people, she just got here from the war. She's just here to get some shoes. So now here I am. But I say, keep your body clean, keep your mind clean, and decide. And once you decide, do it. Walk in what you have decided. If you have decided,
that's good.
Picture yourself, and then decide, and then do it. And that's what I've done. I had to. I realize that now I've been here this long, the sacrifice, the heartaches, the pains, the trials, the tribulations. I go all the way back to 1999, and I remember being on my knees, and I just said, God. And so, you know what he's doing? He's going to see if I'm going to keep my promise.
Of course.
No matter what I put you through.
Yeah.
Nope, you promised me. Nope, you said that you would. So even though your daughter's sick, even though your other daughter's having just horrible time trying to decompress from the war, even though you've had clients come and go, you've had kids come and go, you've had people say she's not gonna make it, you got people say she gonna make it, you got people saying she's no good, oh, she'll never last, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. I'm not doing it for them.
Yes, come on.
I remember that promise I made. See, nobody knows that but me, and I have to finish that. See, like I tell the people, so, like I tell my cheerleaders, I tell the athletes, you guys are over here working at McDonald's and you mad at your manager. You can't be mad at the manager because you wanted to work here. So you wanted to work here. You decided to fill out the application and be the fry flipper or the hamburger flipper. So now you're mad at the people. I said, you can't go over here and be mad on something that
come on, that's good.
You decided.
Yeah.
So you decided you wanted it. I tell women all the time, you don't want that body because that hurts, girl. Them squats, they hurt. You know what I'm saying? They hurt. Girl, you gotta eat
they
this.
do.
They hurt. But you have to decide, and once you do, don't back down from what people are getting ready to put you through. Don't back down from what people are getting ready to put you through. Don't back
That's
down. So when they walk away, you let them walk.
Ooh, that part.
When they walk away from you, you let them walk. And you remember when you're on your knees and you made that promise and you said you would do it in greatness and in excellence. Because if you quit because somebody hurt you, or now because your daughter's down or your other daughter's down, and you decide to but you still up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
still up.
Yeah.
So you keep going. So my story runs deep. That gym was open because
Wow.
of the blessings of God that He prepared me for. And I am grateful. So grateful to tell you right now.
Wow.
I'm so grateful.
Wow. That is one testimony.
Yes.
That is one testimony. And I am thrilled. I am excited. Look, can you come tomorrow? I do look forward to you coming back to continue to share. I already knew we weren't going to be able to get it all in one day. And I appreciate how God orchestrates it, because we could have started at the hurt and the pain, but I love the guidance of starting at the beginning, because that sets the tone, right? So it's going to show all of the stuff that you've gone through now, but there's an understanding. There's a backstory of why you still going. Come on, you can't get no better than that. You can't get no better than that. So my God, woo, I don't want to end. I don't want to end the episode right now. But
I'm coming back.
yes, please, definitely come back. And I don't, have control over your schedule, but I hope it's not long. I hope it's next week, to be honest with you. I hope you can make some time to come back next week, and let's do part 2. We can't get through part 2. Let's do part 3. We can't do get the whole story out. You got to get the whole story out. This is not one of those that's just a part. I got part 1 and 2, but and then I'm gonna jump to 8. Baby, you better get all of it in between.
Get all of it.
I'm telling you.
Thank you. If it means setting free someone else,
come on, that's the whole purpose.
Let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
And let's do it together.
Let's do it in a day. That's all. I mean, you have no idea. When she said, just look up, my grandmother would always say that. She would just say, look up. Just look up. Just look up. And when you told me you said that, I'm like, that's what my grandmother always told me. When you feel you hear, just look up.
Yeah.
And you just do this. You put on your game face.
Yeah.
Because I've been through.
Yeah.
Part 2 gonna be better than part 1. Part 2 gonna be better than part 1. Because even how I'm here is crazy.
Yeah.
It really is. But it's just because I can't begin to tell you how amazing my journey has been. Even through the pain. Because part 2 will be the battle of the health.
You better.
The battle of sitting in the... I'll end it with this. Last year, you guys, this time, I was in the hospital with my daughter for 3 weeks, the whole summer. And through that, I was still doing my camps. I'm still doing my training. I'm still doing my coaching. And I'm still sitting with my daughter.
Amen.
You just do it.
And gracefully... And He has equipped you to do so. When you first started off saying that, you get up, you just have the smile. I don't think I've ever seen you not smiling. I mean, even when I kind of ran up to you like I was starstruck or something like that. I was greeted with the biggest smile. I mean, but that's how I've always known you to be. I have always known you to have that smile. Not even knowing all that, is there. So you live in your story. You're living exactly what you just sat up here and shared with me and with, all the audience, with the world. Because I did tell you that this thing's about to go global. So that smile, everybody about to see that smile, and you live in it.
Oh, let me tell you.
You live in that. So, y'all, we got it. I know y'all don't want to go. Y'all don't want to go because I don't want to go, but we gotta go. But we gonna come back next week, and we gonna come back with next two. You done already titled it like the Battle of the Health. That's what it's gonna be.
That's it.
That's what it's gonna be. Because clearly, that's what. Look, from this point forward, whatever it is that that you're gonna how you're gonna come, I know who's guiding it. I know who's directing. I know the path that has already been set before you. So that got to be what he said. That has to be it.
That's how we're gonna work this. Like it's the balance of the blessing.
Yes.
Balance of the blessing, because your blessing is coming. Are you prepared? And are you going to stay balanced when tragedy hits? How will you do that? How will you do that? And I'll tell you all the days I cried. And I can now, because part 2 gonna be good. So get your coffee, get your tea, get your blankets, snuggle up, and get ready for the story.
And get a box of Kleenex, because
part 2's even better.
Well, thank you so much. And I know we're going to end right here, but I do want to say this. Even today,
yes,
the opposition, the opposer tried to stop this episode from happening.
Tell it.
From the text message being encrypted, because I didn't do that.
Tell it.
She had the wrong address to get here. She got lost.
Yeah, I drove over to that address. Yes.
She came here. The doorbell works.
Yeah.
I'm in here in worship. I stay here in worship, and I can hear the doorbell loud and clear, like I was sitting next to the bed. She rang it 5 times. I never heard the doorbell. It never came in. She had to text me and tell me she was here. And I'm floored how the enemy thought he was going to steal this. And now I see why. Power. Warrior. I ain't ready to go yet. All right. It's a wrap. All right. Thank you so much. I love you. And I look forward to next week.
Thank you.
You're going to have a cot out here. Thank you. You be blessed for the rest of this week.
You as well.
Thank you. We're going to see you next week.
You're the bomb, Natasha.
Thank you.
You're the bomb, baby. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I appreciate you.